What's up? Jonathan Registry here. I just wanted to share with you this morning or this afternoon, or whenever you're watching this video, want to share with you a incredibly powerful quote. And I really believe this is something to live by. And let me just read you the quote, and then I'll talk about it for a few minutes. Whatever you really want, so here's the quote. Whatever you really want, wants don't get met consistently. Standards do. Tony Robbins. Think about that. Like, I heard that quote, and I watched a video a couple days ago from Tony Robbins, and I'm a big Tony Robbins fan. Like, I just started reading Awake. Well, actually, I didn't just start reading it, but a few weeks ago, I started reading Awaken the Giant Within. And that's really my first book that I've ever read by Tony Robbins, and I've heard nothing but good things about him. And, I'm just reading this book, I'm thinking, like, man, why did it take me so long to start immersing myself into his books and his teachings and all that? Because I've just heard nothing but awesome things about him. And by the way, Tony Robbins is just an awesome personal development dude. Teaches personal development and how to really take control of your life. And for me personally, like, I think, taking care of your inner self, your mind, and your, always working on your personal development is just as important as everything else in your business. Like with the internet stuff, building your business online, generating leads and all that. I really, truly believe if you can get control of your mind, you will have an unlimited amount of success. And I try to live by that. And so, new year, new start, and I've really tried to ensure that every single morning I start out with some personal development, reading a book, and just thinking and journaling and asking myself questions and trying to move myself in a better direction. So back to the quote, kind of went off on a little tangent there about Tony Robbins, but whatever you really want, wants don't get met consistently, standards do. That is so true and powerful. Like, think about it. Like, your wants, they're not always met. They're not consistently met. Like, I want a lot of stuff. Like, I want to make $1 million today. Like, I want to, there's a lot more freedom that I want to have. There's just so many things I want, but my wants aren't always consistently met. Are yours? Mine aren't, But the thing that is consistently met and that is always met are my standards. Think about that. Really think about that. What are your standards? My standards, for me, like, I'm kind of a health nut. I love working out and fitness. And for me, like, working out, and I get off the wagon sometimes. I'm not perfect, but, for the most part, like, I believe, like, my body, it's my temple. I only have one body, and if I take it for granted, if I let myself go, that's all I got, and I'll die sooner. I'll get cancer and all this stuff, And so one of my standards is me working out, at least 5 times a week, and eating halfway decent, not eating total junk, not drinking beer every single night. And that's just a standard that I have. And while there may be times I get off the wagon, I make mistakes, and I'm not perfect, but for the most part, I stick by that. And that's my standard. And I'm trying to think of a better analogy, a better metaphor for kind of describing your standards. My wife, part of her standards is she's Catholic, and she goes to church every single Sunday without question. And again, there's exceptions. She's not perfect and all that, but for the most part, she goes to church every single Sunday. And she is, she has a one of the deepest relationships with God that with someone, when it comes to looking at people and their relationship with their God or whatever they believe, like, she just has an incredibly deep relationship, deeper than any other person that I've seen. And that's a standard she set. Like, she's a Christian, she goes to church every Sunday, and the same goes for her family. Like, they're the same exact way. whenever, like, if we go on a little vacation or something, they look for a church. Where is a church that we can attend? Even though we're on vacation, where can we go to church? And that's a standard that they've set, you know? And there's other, I'm trying to think, what are other standards? I don't know, some people's standards are when they go out and about to always look good, to always be dressed perfectly, to always look, you know, in tip-top shape, you know, and that's a standard they have. Like, your standards, and hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. My brain is not coming up with any good metaphors or analogies, but your standards are always met. Here's a better analogy. I just thought of it. Here's a better metaphor. For me, like, a standard is for me to live below my means. Like, for me to not spend every dollar that I make, for me to put money away and, you know, not live and live my life in a way where all the money I make, I spend it. You know, I want to pay all of our bills and more. That's a standard that I've set. And that, I mean, that's a true standard. I've never been late for a bill. I've never not paid a bill, you know, a water bill, whatever, you know, mortgage, like, we pay more than what we owe. You know, that's a standard. That's a kind of a little bit better example. It's a deep standard that I live by. And God forbid if we were put in a situation where we didn't have a lot of money, you know, maybe things were kind of taken back to a few years ago where we were kind of tight on money. But if that happened again, like, I would make sure our bills are paid. If we agree to buy something, we sign a contract, I'm going to agree by that contract. I'm going to do whatever the heck it takes to pay for that because I made that commitment. And that's a standard that I have. So anyways, if you want to get better results in your internet business, you want to generate more leads, you want to have more success, raise your standards. Because your deep down true standards are always met. Think about that. Think about your own standards. Ask yourself, what are my standards in life, in general? What are my standards? And if you're not achieving what you want, raise your standards. Raise your standards. So I hope this video helps you in some way. Glad you kind of bared with me during my brain farts and trying to think of analogies and metaphors and all this stuff, but I just want to help you, and I hope you got value from this video. If you did, share it, comment, let me know your thoughts, feelings, questions, anything. Alright? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Jonathan Register out.